Good evening, homies. Okay, let's get some people in the chat and then we'll start. And Twitch, and I've got my Twitch fan base of 29 people. Shout out. Sweet. Okay, I've got a to-do list here. A list to do. Can we give that a back colour? Let's have a look. Background colour. Yep, we can. And we're gonna. So I did that yesterday to rain render on and off switch. Let's just see if that's working. Well, something's happening. See more coding. There we go. So the engine's at the top left, as you can see. But it's going to load properly now. First time today. I can hear myself in the stream. Let me shut that up. Sweet. Okay. On my screen it's perfectly fine. For some reason it looks black on the stream. And that's going to be very easy to fix, I hope. Window capture, not you. Not you. Okay. There we are. Okay, this might get a bit ugly. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's see if these tools worked yesterday. Do you know what, they're just too small, the writing, to be honest. But here we have, let me make it bigger for you guys. You don't necessarily need to read it, you just be able to see it. But yeah, show terrain. Okay, so it's still working nicely. I wonder if this might crash when I go into terrain edit mode when I turn it off. No, it's still there. It's not crashing. The scale works, nice. So we've got the scale on as well. I forgot about that. I want a few more tools here. This is going to be a little tool section. The tool section. So what should I do next on the list? What have I got there? So terrain saving and loading. So what that will be is when I edit the terrain. So I might deform the terrain like this, and then basically when I restart, it will just be saved, which you will need in a game engine. You need to be able to save your progress. I'll do that soon. Wind speed and direction. Okay, let's toggle the skybox on and off first. That can go under here. Then the skybox would be the clouds. Excuse me. Okay. I think I might have called it a sky cube in my code, to be honest. Let's have a look. Skybox in the shader. Maybe it was a skybox. Yep. And then just a render function, maybe. Okay. Cube map render. So what you would normally do is when you're going to draw the triangles, maybe that's just so that you need to stop calling this GL draw arrays. It's an OpenGL function. 36 triangles. So that's the cube. That's a cube the world is in. That's got the clouds painted on the inside, which looks like the weather. So you need to stop that line running, or stop the whole function, which is better. That'll be more efficient, obviously. And I just need to mute Twitch. I can hear me twice. Hey to the new chatters, just popping in and out. So we'll just go to skybox.render, and we will say if terrain.render skybox. So if render skybox is true, we will do this. Now there's no such thing as terrain.render skybox, so we will create that. And let's go. Let's find the balls. A boolean is something that can be true or false. Terrain tool switch. It's not that one. And you just want to put your things logically. So draw terrain. So we did that yesterday. Ball equals true. We'll say the sky is always on by default. And then what we need to do with a ball draw terrain, where this checkbox is, we're going to create another checkbox. Show sky. And this will be something that switches a ball, the yes no property on or off. You have to tell it which property to deal with and what it's called. Render skybox. So where else did we use that? If it's true, it will render skybox. Let's see what errors we created. It should work, it should be simple, but you never know. Okay, I'm going to help myself and turn the laptop onto medium speed instead of slow. I just don't like the fan. I travel so much, so that's why. There we go. That's why I got a laptop. it would be good to have both. Okay, so terrain. What I need to do, I've got a grid option here. I need that really next to all these switches for the sky and the terrain. So that's another thing I'll do. But that worked fine. Show toggle, skybox toggle, and skybox and grid toggle. So I don't get to reward myself with the dopamine hit and tick that off yet because I need to toggle the grid. Now what did it say? I don't remember the code. Grid. Is it render grid? So you can always find out. So this is the code that's responsible. Now if you Control and F for search, find, we need to find out where that's turned on and off. And it's turned on and off here. So this variable, I don't think it's global, which means my other file there doesn't have access to it. Bool show grid. So let's see where it's created. It's bool show grid. I think what we can do, copy, go to globals. So a global variable allows all files to interact with it. Show grid. Now I sometimes confuse myself with these. You have to declare it in one place and then elsewhere you have to give it a value. Okay. There's an error there. It's not letting me press play. Which it should always let you, even if there's an error, it lets you press run. Let me save it. Nice one, Visual Studio. I've never seen that before. Let's cancel it. Restart. And it won't take a second. I hate messing about with globals on stream. You get so many small errors depending on how you've put together your different files. It shouldn't be difficult, but just sometimes it is. First time running, slower. A lot slower than last time as well. So we're usually good for just loading up, so I think this is something in the background. Already defined. Did I define it again and again? Bool show grid. External. So I should tell the compiler that it's going to be. How does that work? It's going to get its full definition elsewhere, I believe. Like you see here, external. Anybody else had any fun with globals in the past? Okay, so that's going to work as it should. Of course, I didn't move the button yet from grid options. So show grid. So that will just turn on and off the plane, which is just level with the Y at 0. So the floor basically. Or the sea level, the ground level. It's just a reference point. You can see it's just sometimes it's ugly, sometimes you need it. So we're going to move this show grid to the rest of our controls. So you can see in the sky, the terrain. And we'll have a water as well. We'll turn water on and off. Let's just put that. We need more linear fog. Show water. Yeah, that's okay. That's fine. So let's move the grid. And I'm using IMG UI. So there's a, I don't know where. I'll keep that one there as well. That's fine to keep one there. So was it show terrain? Yep. So we would just put a checkbox. And that should do that. So now we need water. Actually, what we will do, whilst we're there, we'll have show water, a boolean for show water. Go to our globals. So now if you've been following along, you'll start to see how to do it. And we'll put it in global so every file, all these files at the top, can access this variable and turn it on and off. Engine is probably the best place to put it. And we want it true as default. And now I just don't remember. I'm just going to zoom out a second. I don't remember where. I mean, you can see why I don't remember. There's just so much going on. Water render a program. And I think what we would do, if it's turned off, we will just return. This might explode. Don't render water. Because this function is called a lot. Water render, water render, water render for reflections. You call it more than once to render to a texture and reflect and spin the world upside down that's reflecting. So I'm gonna cancel it inside the function. Otherwise, I will have to do it here and wherever the little references to water are or were. See, it's a bit messy with the water. I need on my list at the side, I need something for cleaning up comments really. Show grid. Show water. So what did we get wrong? Show water. Did I test the grid when I moved it? I don't think I did. I wonder if there's two grids. Fun. This might not use globals. That should have fixed this error. I don't know about the other. Show grid, show water, and the other one was show skybox, right? Show grid, show water. Render skybox. Let's see if that's fixed one of them. Yeah. Okay. So it's just a show grid. I'm pretty sure globals is used here. Yes. We'll show grid. So I think the problem, I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. Just defined. Maybe grid is not in main. Yes, it is. Maybe we just need that defined in there. Now it's the show water. Unresolved external symbol. Engine.h. They're not being used in the file that I'm calling them, or what in the file that I'm defining them fully. I should have just not moved them, but this is just neater. Future Ryan will thank me. Show water. Show grid. Show sky. Show terrain. Wow. So the most challenging part of that was defining Boolean values, which is strange really. But you start to get some pretty powerful tools and just more so just useful tools. Sometimes things are in your way. You don't want the grid. You don't want the water. You might be really affecting the terrain here. You don't want the sky. And then you just want to maybe just flatten some terrain. Create yourself a little reference point. And then make the bush a bit stronger. And a lot bigger. We got the sea level back. And your lights, of course. It's interesting how much the sky makes a difference. That definitely has an impact. See. And just test it one more time. Now it's all done. Get the grid on. Water, sky, terrain. I need to fix that switch. Yeah, there's nothing there. I'm moving the camera around. Grid on so I can see which way I'm facing. And that's why you might do that, because you're basically changing mode if you want to import some 3D models. And you can just start editing the model individually without the rest of the world. Like the water, the grid, the terrain. Because here you're building one kind of game, and here you're really just impacting on some models wherever he's gone. Happy, it works. Okay, so what was that? What was a skybox? Grid and water toggle. Dopamine hit. Dopamine rush. Should I change the colours? No. Got a C so I can celebrate. Linear fog. Terrain saving and loading scene saving. Wind speed and direction. Wow. Not sure if I want to tackle those tonight. Let me try and do one more. I'm falling asleep. It's nearly 2 AM. But my problem is I will wake up in an hour or two. So let's get more tired. Yeah. Fog. Terrain saving and loading. I know nothing about linear fog, but I think the terrain saving is something that could potentially at least get started today. Let's look at the code. Wait, what's the button called that I pressed? Generate. Let's pull the engine up. Export to raw. So what we will do, let's get rid of the sky. You can see the sky spinning around, look. Oh, good, and the water. So this is the terrain, and we're going to save all the data of all these separate files into a vector of vertices into a text file, and we'll export it and load it. So when you come back on, if you have maybe you did this and you got a nice beautiful shape and you just want to save it, generate raw. I forgot the name already. Oh, the word raw was in, so that'll be good enough. And we do a space before, so it's not draw. Export to raw. Maybe someone in chat told me. Quite a quiet stream tonight. Maybe the most quiet I've had since I started. So shout out whoever gave me that thumbs up. Can you talk to yourself for 30 minutes? Right, we'll go. Export to raw, what does it do? Interestingly, I think I did start to save something once upon a time. I've just forgot that. So that was called map.raw. Got a folder here called map.raw. Let's look at it. Yeah, it does save something. And let me open that with Notepad. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't save any so what we need, we're in engine. Where is it called? Generate. Load height map. No. I think this generate height map overrides this. Or maybe even that does it. So if we press this button, create terrain mesh. This is creating the physics representation of the terrain. So we have collisions. What is that doing? That's sending the size to the shader. So it knows it's like 10 by 10. I think it knows how to interpret the data. It might be here. Create terrain mesh. This is ancient code from maybe a year ago. I wonder if there's a way to find out. If anybody knows, let me know. Can you like write right clicker function. No. It's none of this. This is creating some textures. Okay, we're clearing the vertices. Yeah, we're gonna have to say vertices, normals, indices. I think this is irrelevant now. Previously contained color data for vertices. So this used to tell you the color of a triangle, but maybe also like, was this triangle, was it quartz or was it gold? Almost like on Minecraft, out different blocks and different areas that have different properties. But I just never really went far with that. And this gives a unique ID for every triangle, so when you click it, you know where you're clicking, or at least the computer does. What was terrain info? Maybe this was similar. Yeah, is it water? Is it a mountain? Is it forest? Is it desert? It's kind of what I was just explaining. Maybe that's never used. Entry. Yeah, you see it's pushing that information into a vector, but it's not creating... Excuse me, my stomach, I need a drink or food. None of this information was generated. I don't think it would have been here. Let's have a look. So the indices, which is I think the order that the triangles are drawn in, right? And the vertices, it looks like I was transforming them for some reason. Oh, just by the model matrix, maybe. So I don't know why that was in there. That might just be that I had a thing so you could rotate. You can rotate the camera, but I think I was rotating the whole land, like you might rotate a car. I'm not sure what I was doing, to be honest. That comment is going to keep me going for 10 more minutes. This has been a dry 40 minutes. It's never happened on chat, not since I started really. But yeah, it is really fun until it's not fun, right? Actually, I think that's why I made a to-do list, because I've been stuck on animation for a week, and I've just got back from a war zone. I was in the Middle East as a tourist. I got stuck, and after, I'm going to be honest, like after 50 bomb shelters, I can't learn animation. I need to do that next week. So now I've just made a very easy to-do list. So this is your name? Oh, where are you from? I'm just looking now on your channel. I always like to subscribe. That's a cool channel, man. So you're making an engine here, or there's quite a lot of stuff I can see. 7,000 subscribers, an extra one now. Yeah. Well, I have a beautifully coded animation script, but I blame my CPU. It just doesn't work. And sometimes you just know when you're not ready to spend the whole day on it. You know you can fix it, but you know it's 5 hours, and I'd rather do this for 5 hours and feel that dopamine hit. I just had I just met a chick. She's half Brazilian, half Italian. New friend from Brazil. So that's 2 Brazilians in one day. Shout out the Cave Engine. That's a cool. I'll keep my eye on that. Tell me what software you're using, like for everything. What language? What software? And also, what's your level like? You've done this professionally, and now you've come to do your own engine, or you like me but just further ahead. I was in Palestine, and yeah, flights were cancelled. Excuse me. But I was just there as a British, just as a Brit. I've got friends on every side of the conflict, so I was just there to see people. And then I was there for a good few weeks in the end. I mean, that's my excuse for not having fixed my animation yet. Okay, so what do I need? I need to save my vertices. So I'm just looking at a way to save the terrain. I don't know if you saw, you can see the top left anyway. I've got some terrain tools, and I just want to export the vertices to a text file basically. So we will have the normals, and even the UVs will have to go. Wow, I'm just sending so much information that I forgot about. When do I send the vertices? How does it draw? So yeah, I'm not trying to get political, but I think that's why it's good that I have friends on both sides. Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. And when you get stuck on something for too long, it's not good for me, it's not good for the channel. I think, actually, I saw somebody I follow, Fin Matrix, was it Fin Matrix? He got stuck for a while. And when he said that, I just felt good. And I don't think he perceived how much that would help the new guy. Okay, here we are, vertices. Okay, so I'm going to get ChatGPT to tidy this up as far as I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to get a to-do list of this actually. But I know I just need to export the normals, the UVs, the vertices, the indices into maybe a struct of my own type. But it's a 2 AM session. It doesn't need this information. Have you seen the new DeepSeek, the new LLM? Yeah, Fin Matrix, shout out the Brits. Feel free to tell me a bit more about your project as well. I work with professional game engine stuff. I see that you made. So is your personal project full time now? Is that your career? Or are you doing like 2? ChatGPT. I should try DeepSeek actually. I think it's completely free. From China. I want to export the 3D terrain into, I should get this on the screen really. What can we? I want to export the 3D terrain into file. Vertices into Z's, UVs. No, I appreciate that. You know how the algorithm works, so it all helps. Good night, good morning, wherever you are. Brazil, good day. You can watch my streams and see how far you've come. You can remember the pain you used to have. Okay, so what I'll do for the chat now is I'm going to bring in some chat GPT, window capture, GPT. That worked, simple enough. Yep. Okay. Let me just, I don't want to ignore my chat as well. The code you provided is quite extensive. It's quite ugly. It appears to be the heart of your terrain generation and rendering system. I want to create a function which saves the terrain to file to be loaded again at a later date. I guess this will involve backup of data from where? Vertices, normals, UVs, indices. You could potentially just save the vertices and then generate them all again when you load it, but or just generate everything afresh from vertices which we save, export. Come on, make my evening easier. I think I've already done this, and then this was a year ago, and then I didn't follow up. I've had so many different things I've brought into the engine that I'd just forgotten. So shout out my first to-do list. I used to use a program on Google within the browser that was a workflow. What was it called? I can't remember. Just to manage a project. That was really good. What to save? Yeah, data size is irrelevant. We'll just maybe save it all because it's not data size in this millennium. And also, who wants to recalculate things, and that's more space for errors. Let's save it all. Example implementation for saving terrain. Saving terrain. Save terrain for file. The file name, vertices, indices. Wait, is this the right one? Here we go again. Vertices, indices. Okay, so I stayed online. This has got everything ready, I think, except the normals. I stayed online just a little bit extra, but now I'm very sleepy. But what did we get done today? The skybox grid, the water toggle, skybox grid, water toggle, and then started on some theory of saving the terrain. So that's me for the night, and I'll catch you guys maybe in 20 hours, so not quite 24 hours from now. Good night.